Okay, so welcome to Parashat Terumah, a deep dive, and I'm absolutely delighted to have with us for the second time Yoel Tordjman. He was our guest for Bereshit, and we're so delighted. Sorry, he was our guest for Noach, and so delighted to have you with us again.
My pleasure.
Especially for this parasha, because Terumah is really your parasha. It's all about art and the Mishkan and
Definitely.
and I'm really looking forward to discussing this with you. So before we get into the Mishkan itself, the first idea in the Torah, in this parasha, is the idea of tikhuli. When you donate to the Mishkan, take from me. Instead of saying titnuli, give to me, take from me. The idea, the Alshech is saying that, you know, when you have someone giving tzedakah, the person receiving the tzedakah is actually giving to the person giving the tzedakah more. The receiver is receiving some coins, but the giver is actually getting an angel, a holy angel that will then protect him as a result of his tzedakah. So the giver actually becomes a taker. I just wondered whether you could share us some ideas on that, and particularly how your mother put that into practice.
Yeah, so the story of my mother was amazing because she go through the Second War and the situation wasn't easy, but the tzedakah thing was of everything. Like even if she have 1 shekel or 10 shekel, someone give them some money to some job, and she was holding the money in the hand. And if it is 10 shekel and she want to give 1 or 2 shekel, or maaser or chumesh, then she was immediately taking 1 shekel, putting on the tzedakah before she was taking the money for her. Mm. And when I can see that the entire life, it wasn't one day, she didn't have something what she need to this day. So the tzedakah is the bracha, and you didn't make a mistake before when you say Bereshit and Noach. Because in fact, Terumah, it's the ending of the cycle of the Bereshit, of the creation. Mm-hmm. Because at the creation, we see all the material things created in the world. And one of the famous questions of the Chazal is, why Hashem create the gold? Why do we need gold in the world? Yes? And the answer is amazing. The answer is the gold was made for the Mishkan and the Bet HaMikdash. This is what the gold was made. Hashem wants also to bless and to give to peoples that can also have profit from the gold. But the matter of what they get the gold is to make the Mishkan and to make the Bet HaMikdash. So when someone gets rich, it's not because he had to be rich by himself. In fact, he become rich because he had to give the tzedakah.
He became rich in order that he can give the tzedakah.
So in fact, it's what you say. He is not a giver, he's a receiver.
Beautiful. But I love the Alshech says, it's in a beautiful way. He says like this, and I absolutely love this, and I want you to give it some life as well. He says that everything belongs to Hashem. So what do you mean you're giving to the Mishkan? You're giving Hashem something he has already got because everything belongs to Hashem? He says, no, the minute you give it, that action of giving allows you to acquire it. That makes it yours to be able to give it. And not only the tzedakah that you give, but the whole 90% that you gave it from, that becomes yours. You've acquired it. And I think that's a fabulous idea.
And this is what I said just before about the gold. It's like your entire money, your gold, your properties, everything become yours because in fact, it was from Hashem. He was the creator, yes? Mm-hmm. It's like you go to an artist and he make a beautiful painting. So who is the property of the painting is to the artist. Mm-hmm. Good. Now, if you get money that you can have the art piece, that you can purchase the art piece, in fact, the artist is giving you his own creation. Mm-hmm. Hashem make exactly the same. He created the entire world, everything that is in the world, everything you have in your life is created by Hashem. We have that in the Chumash Bereshit, that the first Adam HaRishon was created at the end of the creation. Why? So he cannot pretend I did something here.
He can't take credit for it. It's mine. It's all mine.
It's mine. I work very hard for that. You know my life. I start my study and I work hard.
He just woke up on the sixth day. Hey, look what I made.
Yes, I have trees, I have plants, I have animal, I have food, I have Gan Eden, I have everything. I have a body with 613 parts. So, did something for that? Did you work for that? No, it's a free. So Hashem wants you to be connected to everything that He created. He wants to give you His art piece because, like the Zohar say, everything in the world is a type of art piece of creation of Hashem. Now He wants to give you access to that. He wants you to really enjoy it and to have the entire property of that. So the single part that He asking from you is exactly what do you, in fact, take from the part that you have that is an entire gift, and you make a little gift, little small gift to Hashem back, to tell Him, yes, this is yours, and you give Him like a gift, and I make you back a small gift. And the process of the Mishkan, it was exactly that. Because before the Mishkan, we didn't know. It wasn't clear for the population, of course, for the Avot, Adam Arishon, Noah. They saw Hashem in a grain of sand. They don't need any revelation. They saw it in every details, in a flower, in a butterfly, in a finger, in the eyes, in everything. But for the entire world, it was necessary to show that, in fact, I will show you first how I come to the world. Har Sinai. What was in Har Sinai? The voice of Hashem, that you can see the voice, you can feel the vibration of it. So Hashem already is not just in the sky, like the Alshech said in his introduction. He's not very far from you. He's already here in a mountain. But you don't have access to the mountain. Only Moshe Rabbeinu have, yes? You cannot climb the mountain.
Right. There was strict boundaries.
Yes.
Who can come up to what level as well.
Exactly. But already we have something that is completely in the infinite that we call Hashem, that come in a mountain that is in the earth. And you listen to the voice, and you feel it, and it was so intense that the neshama go out from the body because the sense cannot hold such revelation.
Right.
So Hashem have to give you back the neshama inside the body. Yes, it was the first Kriyat HaMetim. Then come the Mishkan, and like here, the books that the Rav Lugassi and my father, Zichrono Livracha, published. 1,000 pages of the art that was in the Mishkan.
Wow.
And it is in each detail that any type of art craft or art creation exists until today. We are talking 3,500 years. Wood, gold, silver, copper, material, colors, any fabrics, any type of art. And Hashem give the detail, it's 5 parashot.
Right.
Just indication it's a high school of art and art craft in every detail.
Compared to 10 Pesukim for creating the world.
Yes, or the 10 Commandments.
And the 10 Commandments, yeah.
It's no subject in the Torah that have many parashot talking, not just globally, but each detail, the measurements, an inch and a half to this part and this, that. Why? Because Hashem wants to show us His presence is not just only in the creation, it's not only in the Har Sinai, it will come in a work made by the hand of the man. But we have to attract the Shekhinah to Shachan its residence. We want to residence. And the miracle that was there, that once I was finishing to make just the tent, the ground become like Kodesh, like Eretz Israel. The ground of sand received the light of Hashem directly. So the space was holy. They finish, they go to the next step, the sand go back to the same situation that was before. Why Hashem want to show us is in everything you do in your life, the part of the spirit, the part of the tzedakah is the first thing, because this make it happen. Why? Bereshit, no one have the pretension to say, I create the world. But maybe today people have the pretension to say, I build this building.
Right.
I make this money. I make my situation.
I built this empire.
So we have to reset the way we think. We have gift of everything, from the sand to the wood, to the gold, to the silver, to the money, to the table, to the chair, to your eyes. Everything is a gift from Hashem. He just wants you to receive Him. The Shachan Tibet says, my residence will be inside you. So from Har Sinai we moved to the Mishkan. And what was the Mishkan? Moshe Rabbeinu was inside listening to the voice that was at the Sinai, the same voice of Hashem. And then one way have to break and to build and to break and to build is because just to show us that everywhere you go, in everything you do, Hashem is with you if you agree to receive. It's like you have to invite him. Please, this is your residence. This is my home, but this is your residence, Hashem. I invite you to be in my life. When I am sitting on my table, it's the table like it was in the Mishkan. The wood is the same wood. It's not a wood that comes from the sky. It was a wood. And the gold and the silver and the money. And then the Terumah come. It's like, it's not give me something. It's like, I want to give you everything that is in the world. You want to receive, invite me.
It's an amazing idea, that the idea that Hashem infinitely wants to have a relationship with us. And so to the extent that we don't have a relationship with Hashem, is the extent to which we don't let him in.
Exactly.
I mean, it's all in our hands. Because we see many people, oh, I want to connect with God, I want to connect with God. But do we realize that really that connection that we seek so much, that our soul seeks, is really in our hands? I don't know that we understand that.
This is the matter of the Mishkan. Because when you see the Mishkan, and like we will talk about the new book, Make Your Life a Sanctuary for Your Divine. It's the book that will explain how you connect what was in the Mishkan in your life. In fact, you have to understand something very simple. The Neshama come to this world for enjoying the food of Shabbat, for example. Yes. So when the wife is cutting tomatoes and onion, she's preparing to receive, to offer to Hashem, in fact, in the small act. Like in the Mishkan, the art craft have to be very exactly with materiality, not with spirituality, but that will invite the spirituality to come. So every act you do in your life, in your home, the home you put the mezuzah, yes? Your table you make achnasat orchim and you make Shabbat dinner, you hold the cup of kiddush. Your wife is making every detail. Why Hashem create the tomatoes in this color and the cucumber in this color, with this form, with this taste? She's preparing to receive the Shekhinah, like you said, the angels that come when you say Shalom Aleichem to the Kiddush. And in Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Wednesday, every day, every small action you do, in fact, the consciousness, Hashem, I invite you to be with me in everything I do. This is the tzedakah, in fact, when you get the money of, you may think, I work, I deserve to be paid. Yes, but who created you? Like the Chafetz Chaim said one time, a guy come and say, after years, oh, I have good news. He said, what? Today I put the tefillin. It's like I make a big favor to Hashem that I put the tefillin for him. Yes, I do it for you, Hashem. So the Chafetz Chaim laugh and say, yes, but who give you your hand?
Very good. Very good. So you heard it, we're in Tsfat, and Tsfat is known to be a city of air, and a lot of people here it sort of look like they're living in air, but you have it here from Yoel Tordjman in Tsfat that the details, or the physical details of the week are what create the vessel for the spirituality to come down.
Exactly. Right. And this is the kavanah, the consciousness, and to be aware all the time. You have 613 parts in your body. They are all a perfect art piece of Hashem working 24/7. So you have to receive to make the mitzvot. And you can do also other things. You can run and make sport because you have a body to make mitzvot. So the tzedakah, and when you get the tzedakah, you don't make any favor to anyone. You just take a small vessel and you make it bigger to receive more. Because more you will bring the consciousness of Hashem that bring everything in your life, more He will give you. Just waiting how much you want to invite me. 1 time a week, 1 time a day, one hour in the day, or 24 hours in the day. When you go to sleep and you say, Bi'adecha avkid ruchi, in your hand I give you my soul during the night. He's refreshing your soul, deleting everything. So when you wake up in the morning, you are a completely new, fresh creation from Hashem. This, no one can say, I made it. I refresh my soul, or I make my body, or I make my activity. So why do we have to make this big difference between what we can do and what is out of our control? We say this is Hashem. No, everything is made from Hashem. He just wait to give you more, because he create you and give you the ability to talk and to say thank you and mizmor toda and brachot. This is the tzedakah. So the money is the first, because the money comes from very high level. In the Likutei Halachot it says that it was impossible that people will have parnasa. It's too far. To receive from very long distance, Hashem give him by chesed. He make you a gift. So if someone makes you a gift all the time, the minimum that you can is to think about, to be aware about, and to give about a small little part of what you get to elevate the level of your vessel and to receive more and more.
And to say thank you, Hashem.
Yes.
Receive the present. Thank you, Hashem.
Yes. David HaMelech says that, Rabbi Yaakov Meir wrote in his book that the secret of David HaMelech for everything you need in life, from the worst situation in the body, in life, in family, in money, is David HaMelech's secret. He was thanking Hashem and writing poetry and song when his life, look, apparently 70 years of a disaster, and this winning everything more and more and more and more and more. So this is exactly what we have to focus. When you have a day and you can say, okay, I was looking for this shoes and it doesn't exist in the store, but you have 1,000 other shoes that you can have. So first think, look what you have, know what you want as a human that limit the vessel of what you can receive. When you change you switch your way, and if you have money, it's because Hashem give you to help other people. This is the first goal. Then, by the way, and more you will give, more you can become a billionaire. Less you give and more you make a favor and say, okay, this is the level you want. This is what you get.
Wonderful. You're the most prolific artist today, living artist today of contemporary art, Baruch Hashem. And you've developed this 613 beautiful, spiritual, mystical works of art. And you've now turned your attention to books, and you're writing books left, right, and center. Tell us about this new book that is just coming out now this week, I think, yeah?
Yeah, this new book is a fantastic idea of the Shlomo Israel and his wife, that one day I asked, can we have a teaching about the Mishkan? And I was surprised when I heard about the Mishkan. What come so many subjects in the Torah, especially that chose me.
Right. And why the Mishkan?
Yes, and then it was amazing because I discovered just the last years that my father, Zichrono Livracha, was the first publisher 50 years ago of the book of the Mishkan that made by Rav Lugassi, writing the details of the Mishkan. And then when I told me about the Mishkan, I said, yes, but let's make a special teaching. What is the book? It's not about to teach you what happened before 3,500 years. This is nice. And this is many people that go in that way to celebrate something that was amazing before thousands of years. It's nice, and it's have to be too. But I say no, I want the Mishkan, I want the Shekhinah, I want the divine in the life today, at my table, in 2023. And I want to learn from the detail from the Mishkan, the concept of each detail, from the time, from the material, from the situation, from the size, from the table, from all the detail, because it was a home, in fact, yes? A big home for who is the guest? Hashem. Yes? And I want to take why in the Torah this table have to be like that, so how you learn something to your table today. How, when you open the door of your home, why the door of the Mishkan was made in this sort that it wasn't really a door, not really an entrance, you can access by the side. So this is the idea of this book, to take not a historical event and to let it like something beautiful, amazing, historical.
To bring it alive.
To bring it alive today.
Relevance today.
And this was amazing because each time we discover that it's no one details, from the construction to the wood, to the material, to the colors, to the gold, to the silver, to the placement of everything, that don't have something that you can take in your life.
Amazing.
So you change your home, you change your life, and your life becomes a sanctuary for the divine. So this answer the question why the Mishkan is here, is to bring Hashem in the life of everything you do. And if you do that, you create a vessel to receive 1,000 times more because you invite Hashem to everything you do in your life.
So I want to just tell people that I had the privilege of not reading the book because I had it in a digital format as a website, and we're going to give the website detail below so you can access it. It'll take you about 15-20 minutes to go through, and it's a beautiful merging of words, deep words put in a very practical way, and amazing imagery of Yoel's paintings. And this fusion together of art and letters is quite unique, I believe, and will give you so much joy. So please have a look at this book, and well done to Shlomo Israel and Ruth for that beautiful sharing of the light to all of us. But let's just understand one thing. I wanted just to understand this concept. How is it possible that we can create a physical home with physical boundaries for an infinite God to dwell in? I mean, we understand that God is everywhere, and we understand that there's a special connection between the heavenly Mishkan and the from the heavenly Bet Mikdash and the physical one in Jerusalem, because it's the gateway to heaven. But this mobile concept, even in the desert, where we know the desert is full of negative forces, and Dafka in the desert, God allows himself to come into this physical entity. But tell us how that's possible. It's hard for a human brain to understand how the infinite can fit into the finite.
This question, if you was asking me this question 100 years ago, maybe I didn't have the answer. But you asked me today, in 2023. And what is the main issue of the world today? Mobility.
Right.
Everything. Everything become mobility, because before that, even the plane didn't exist to fly, yes? Mm-hmm. So we start the evolution of the humanity to get more and more insight from Hashem is we have to be in movement. Today, the phone is a mobile. It's not a phone. It was a phone. It was a phone to be connected to people, but you have to stand at some place, and the other one have to stand at the other place, yes?
Right. And an intermediate telephonist in the middle, you know.
Yes.
Can you connect me? I'm unconnected.
Yes, it's like the joke about the first time we show a phone to a Jew, and he said how it's working. He said it's simple. You hold this with this hand to listen, and you have to move the battery to make it working. He said, how can I speak if my two hands are holding?
Very good.
So, you see what happened is what I tell you. Maybe your question will be a question that I don't have the answer if you ask 100 years ago. But today, of course, because everything today, it's about mobility, everything. And more than anything else is the communication. Just planes, trains, move your body from one place to another place. But what makes you human? What makes you human? Because you have the ability to talk. Because this is the main God part that Hashem gives us, like the best gift, to create your life by the way you are speaking. And the letters that create the Mishkan and create the Maaseh Bereshit are all hidden letters, except to the Kabbalists. So I can see the letters in the Betzalel, this young 12 years artist that create everything. He wasn't an artist, he was a perfect reader of the letters to combine the letters to create everything you want.
Yes.
So today you see what it is the most advanced research is to make more and more communication in mobility, not fixed place. Why? You want to be connected everywhere you are. You want to have a connection. So the Bet HaMikdash is a fixed place. It's Jerusalem. It's the temple where Abraham, Noah, all we know from the beginning of the creation. This is the place that is they are wall, fixed stones. Why? Because it is in heaven the same Bet HaMikdash in spirituality. So here it's just an image of what is in heaven. But this is a fixed place. So like The telephone before a few years ago, you need a line, need to sit, and where you are, you can talk with someone in New York. Nice. You have to sit in a fixed place, in a home, to be connected with a cable, and you have to be here to be connected with a cable, and through that the communication will be happening. You can talk to your uncle in America. Today, you don't want that. You want to be able everywhere, including the desert, especially. Because in the city, maximum you can ask someone, do you have a phone? I need to make a phone call.
Right.
But if you are alone in the desert, the first thing you look for
is a mobile charger.
The mobile charger. Because you want to be connected. And the craziness of the communication, and I call that the slavery today, that you see people in the street or in the restaurants, they are. But the positive side of that, we want to be all the time connected. Yes, I don't give now her share to be all the time in the phone. Opposite. But the idea beyond that is everywhere you go, you have to be able to be connected.
So the idea is that everywhere we are, we should attempt to be connected with God.
Exactly. And not only when you go to the synagogue, or when you go to learn. So your home, and when you move in your home, yes, you take your phone with you.
Right. Right.
It's become a part of the hand of the people. You can look in the street.
Yes.
It's not more a hand, it's a phone.
That's right.
And this phone have to be mobile and more technology to be connected everywhere. And of course, you need a special phone with a special satellite connection, so you are connected to the heaven. Because in the desert, it's no Wi-Fi. But if you buy an expensive phone with satellite connection, what this phone do is connecting you to the heaven, and to the heaven to the guys that you want to speak.
It's amazing.
So it's up and down communication.
Amazing, because even last week we were talking about why God creates an angel. You could almost look at the satellite as an angel that connects us through the satellite to God.
So the connection between ground and sky and ground, is exactly the connection between what we want with Hashem. But with the time, we make the divine something very holy and special. This is the synagogue, this is the Bet HaMikdash, and where I am living in somewhere, we don't know what is this word. No, you are living in where you put your feet in your home when you are sitting. This is a creation by Hashem. That it was a process to a carpenter to make a table from a tree. This is nice, yes? He's not the creator of the tree, and of course, not of the first trees that make other trees. So at this moment, what makes your table now alive? Like the particle, the photon, the particle of light that your table can stand, is Hashem give the energy to make it. Do you want to be connected only when you go to the synagogue to pray with Hashem? So then you say to Hashem, I don't invite you.
Next week.
Yeah. Until next week. We will meet next week.
Right.
Next week's a meeting. I will send you a WhatsApp to
Zoom
meet. Yes. So beyond this simple idea, it's not a simple idea, because this is the sort of the Kabbalah. That in fact, what is the level? How I can elevate myself? Why? To try to fly in the sky like people want to do today. They are flying, yes, no, with a plane. This is one type of connection. I am not sure I connected with Hashem right now. Or I want to bring Hashem, in fact, create everything that I am living in. My body, my face, my eyes, my table, my chair, my bedroom, my water, everything I have in the life. So how much I want to be connected with Hashem. When Hashem shows us that in the desert, when you can break and rebuild, it's always a connection. The voice of Hashem that was inside the Mishkan, you can hear now at your home, because your neshama is here, and Hashem wants just, do you want to listen to the voice?
Amazing. I was fascinated by the Alshech's idea that from Adam to Noach, as a result of man's sins, we pushed up, so to speak, Hashem's, God's presence from the first to the seventh heaven, whatever that means. And that it was only Avraham and the 6 generations further down to Kehat that brought him down to the first level. And it was Moshe with Bezalel that did the final connection of bringing him from the first level of heaven down to this earth. So are we talking about bringing God's consciousness to the world as it was before Adam sinned? Is this the first time in history that we have this God's presence in the earth compared to it was before the sin?
Yeah, but in fact, if you put the sin by side and you just look at the process to bring the consciousness to any human that Hashem is with him in everything he's doing, it needs 1,000 years the first time and 2,000 years after. Because in fact, Bereshit, everyone believed that Vayomer Hashem or the creation of the beginning, except some stupid people that believe of some stupid theory of scientific that it's made alone, that it needs something that is infinite, that create the beginning of the beginning. This we have no problem with that. With the 10 commandments that in Har Sinai it was 3 million people that listened to the voice of Hashem, we have no problem with that. But we have 1,000 years before between the beginning and this moment. One part is the physical creation of the world, but inside it comes from a spiritual part, but we don't see. When Hashem gives the 10 commandments, is according to the 10 times that he said to create the world, we say, oh, now it is 613 mitzvot, so it's connected everything in the physical world to the spiritual world. Mm-hmm. So from what was created, that I was thinking just a flower. No, Hashem now show me how in this flower he put his energy, so I can be connected from the flower to Hashem, not connected to the flower itself. Yes, it's just like you don't speak to your phone, you speak to someone. Yes. Mm-hmm. Then, when the Mishkan comes, it's after, in fact, how the connection between the physical world and the spiritual world happen in the detail of your life. So you become, in fact, the ones that activate this connection by talking to Hashem, by talking to people, because every word you say, that was words that Hashem used or for creating the world or for giving the commandment. Mm-hmm. Use words with letters. Mm-hmm. And you have this ability here. So it's like you have a God power to create this communication, perfect communication. And what you have to do is exactly that. First, to have consciousness of that, to be aware. I was thinking, it is the nature and it was God. It's like two entities. Then you see, no. In fact, each thing is the nature, it's God too. I was thinking I have a body. Yes, you go and make a scan. You have eyes, you have ears. I am just a body. And when I do some holy activity, when I am praying or learning Torah, I have some spiritual activity. But I am just a body. No. This changes completely the perspective. No, you are a soul. Mm. That is inside the body. Mm. How much do you want to be aware about that? Mm. And this comes in the details of Mishkan, like the menorah, that is the face of human. So how much do you want to face the divine part that is inside you? Mm. What do you want to see? A finger? A doctor will tell you, the finger need nerves and bones to be connected together. So you understand this part. And this has to be connected to your spine here to give the order. And this has to be connected to your brain to give the order to your finger. So you start to understand connection with connection with connection. Mm-hmm. At the end you say, okay, but who is connected this whole connection?
Where's the will?
Oh. And then your life becomes beautiful because you are in the hand of Hashem and not in your hand, because when you give to human hands to direct the world, 1,000 years at the creation, like Rashi say, I give you 1,000 years. Please take the world, do what you want. Give to the government to direct your life. You will see, I'm not sure of the result.
So we're coming to the end of our podcast, but I have so many questions. I can't leave you without asking this question. And that is that if it's true that it's up to us to bring God into our lives at any moment, at any stage, then why do we need the Mishkan? Why, we got the connection at Har Sinai. We got that connection. Why do we need the physical Mishkan? If anyway, it's just a stepping stone for Hashem to come into our hearts.
The question is very simple. Because Hashem don't want you to believe that He's only in the heaven and you are here alone. So, when you do, like I said before, when your wife prepared the Shabbat, she may thinking that she's just cutting tomatoes. This have nothing to do, so Hashem is in the heaven and I am cutting tomatoes. It's not very exciting yet. But what Hashem show you in the Mishkan, that the whole melachot of Shabbat we learn from the whole works that we done at the Mishkan. You can take today a list. You can Google it. All type of art that existing in the world, you can find the source in the Mishkan. So it's like modern contemporary art with everything we have. You find a might like the connection to the Mishkan. What is the Mishkan? Hashem show you, I am not only in the heaven. Of course, because I was before the heaven and before the stars and before everything that you can see, that you can hear, that you can taste, that you can touch. I give you sense and I give you a neshama. So now I want my presence more and more inside your life because this is the blessing that you are having. If I tell you that Hashem is just somewhere very far from you, you are completely disconnected in your consciousness, in your life, from His presence. Because He don't need you to be present. He is all the time. Right. All the time. The Chazon Ish was meditate on the plant and see Hashem inside the leaf. He saw it. Like an artist saw exactly what he make in the painting. You saw a final result. Yes, but the artist know exactly what was the layers, what brush he used, how he made it. You are not the artist, so you can just contemplate the final result. Hashem don't want you to be like a guy that go to the MoMA, to the museum, and contemplate the world. Oh, it's nice. He want to make your life an art life. So for that, he have to show you that everything that is existing in each type of work, of colors, of material, he is there. So now, your only work is to open your eyes and to see more and more the presence and to receive more and more Hashem in the details. So we need the Mishkan to show us, because nothing like why people have to look at a movie or the podcast or to read a book, because they need a bridge to connect between what is in the mind and what is the result, physical result, in any type, book, letters, material, colors, everything. So Hashem want to show with the Mishkan, it was these 5 parashot, that nothing in the world is disconnected from what He created, and that you can be connected in your life, in each detail with the divine presence that make your life beautiful.
Amazing.
This is art life.
So just as a final takeaway to the listeners, what advice would you give them? Would you give us to use art to connect with God?
The most powerful art is the way we are speaking. Yes, this is of course it's also painting and image and creations that are more physically, but you are, every Jew, every human in fact, is an artist. He creates his life the way he's speaking. So when you hear conversation today, or you open a newspaper, or you connect to the social network, no one is awakening you of the consciousness about what is exactly the connection that is beyond, because it just tells you what is bad, not working. Yes. So take time to meditate every day. My famous 14 minutes. It's 1% of the day. Yes, make tzedakah to yourself. Meditate. Open your eyes. Listen to the voice. Everything you do to be connected with Hashem more and more. This is the way, in fact, that you change completely your life, completely. So you cannot make it happen in one day, because one day it's Har Sinai revelation. So Hashem give us perfect tools, the Mishkan. Choose every time something in your life that until now you didn't think what is God inside. Yes, you get a credit card, you go to make your shopping, you think only of the credit card, of the shopping, of the times you have to wait, and how you are to carry, and if it's like go to shop your. Hashem is here, make the entire chain to make these tomatoes coming to your a supermarket near your home, making growing we don't know where, and you have access, he give you the money and the ability to pay and to eat this tomato, did you think one time about the tomato, how it's come to your life? So when you make a list, more and more, to the same way you want to elevate yourself, you want to receive more Hashem, you have, like David HaMelech say, open your eyes. So meditate every day, at least a few minutes, about something in your life. Not the things that disturb you, the things that look natural, automatic, that you things that you deserve, and look inside how Hashem make this happen, and then say thank you to Hashem. When you are going to open this perspective of your life, you are going to receive more and more the voice of your neshama, and to listen to the voice of the neshama, and to discover how beautiful Hashem created everything for you, and every problem that you have, in fact, will be solved by itself, because you invite Hashem to be the one that will solve what we have to face in this situation.
Amazing. Baruch Hashem. I'm so grateful for this interview, and I hope you, the listeners, have enjoyed the wisdom that we're sharing as much as I have, and may you have a blessing that your lives will indeed become a sanctuary for the divine. Saying Shabbat Shalom, Chodesh Tov,
Chodesh Tov.
and B'ezrat Hashem, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.